have done to clean the register. So we are taking it a step at a time. We want people to understand the process of creating the register and cleaning it up and consolidating it. After we've done that, we will now be able for each state to say that this was what was registered in 2011. These are the people we have identified as multiple registrants. This is now the actual consolidated data in the register for that state. We've been working, and we've been running the AFIS, the Advanced Fingerprint Identification System, in order to be able to eliminate all possibilities of multiple registration. So we do have that information, but please, this is not the right time to say it. We want to take things a step at a time. Because you know our country, until and unless people understand how the register was created and was cleaned. If you now start giving figures, people knew this was what was registered in 2011. Now if you tell them is this figure, a whole controversy will start. So that's why we are taking it a step of a time. We have started that with Anambra. We had a meeting, I think about 2 or 3 weeks ago, with all the political parties, chairmen and secretaries of all the political parties in Anambra, and chairmen and secretaries of all the political parties nationally. And we presented the voters register to them in Anambra State, took them through the procedure, how we created the register, how we cleaned it, how we consolidated it, and what the figure was then and what it is now. And there was no controversy because everybody understood how it is done. So that's what we intend to do methodically. We will get to a time, and certainly before we commence the continuous voter registration, when we will now make it clear that as of now in our database in each state, this is the state of the register. By then people would have understood the process and we would have preempted controversies. So please be a little bit more patient. This is not the time to give you that information. But in terms of multiple registrations, I can tell you that before the 2011 election, when we did AFIS, and before the 2011 elections, we were only able to do AFIS at the local government level and then at the state level. And even then, we did it in a rush. We were not able to put all the data of the entire country and then to run AFIS to see whether there were cross-state duplications. But what we did before the 2011 elections, we were able to identify, and I announced it a long time at that time, about 870,000 cases of multiple registration. I can tell you that now that we are able to run AFIS in the single national database, we have caught additional multiple registrations, and the figures are there, the data is there, it's clear and straightforward, as you will see from some of the presentation today. You have somebody who has gone to this place, and then either the next day or several hours later, they go to another polling unit, sometimes several days later wearing different clothes, and the information is there, is clear. And all these are electoral offenses and they can be prosecuted. But the amount of prosecution we have to do is overwhelming, as you can see from this. And that's why we have supported the establishment of the Electoral Offenses Commission. We will do our best, we will continue prosecuting. As I speak with you, I have said it consistently, we have prosecuted over 200 people. As I speak with you, we have now asked our legal department in Anambra State to commence prosecution of some of these multiple registrars, because we want it to be an example before we commence the continuous voter registration. And we will attempt to do it nationally before we launch the national continuous voter registration. But it is daunting work. It is an enormous Herculean task. And we are only able to do it now because our legal department now is relatively free, because we have virtually finished all the litigations of the elections. But otherwise, it's an impossible thing to do, because we have a small legal unit and it is really overworked, if I may put it that way. I'm glad to say that we'll be working now with the MBA, still fine-tuning. We've been talking about this for a long time, but we still haven't commenced it. But I think we are getting to a point now where clearly we may be able to forge a partnership with MBA and to jointly commence the process of prosecution, which means more and more people will be prosecuted hopefully soon. We also, we have remarkable evidence of what that. Even those figures, we want to, as I said, do methodically, state by state. By the time we say this is FCT voter register, then this is what they have in 2011, this is what they had. Because in FCT we did continuous voter registration before the municipal elections. So we updated the register, we consolidated it, and of course, then we will be able to give an accurate figure for each state and the FCT. Now, with regards to the issue of party registration and the registration, obviously, the laws are very clear as to under what conditions we can register parties and under what conditions we can register political parties. And we've been doing our best to register as well as to register. But please, I want people to know, I think what Yusuf Ali is speaking about is the court judgment of a few days, I mean about a week or so ago. But people are forgetting. People are forgetting that we have 3 other court judgments that have thrown away those who have gone to contest our deregistration of political parties. So this is the 4th judgment which seems to now favor a registered party. So really, as far as we are concerned, it's a case that we intend to appeal. And in fact, our lawyers have already been processing the appeal. So it is not, I think it will be a misunderstanding, if not a misrepresentation, to say that the courts have overturned our deregistration of parties. Out of 4 judgments, 3 are in favor of INEC. So really, the jury is still out on this matter of registration, and we should not misunderstand the import of that judgment. So as far as we are concerned, we believe we did the right thing. 3 justices have said we've done the right thing. It's only now 1 who is saying we haven't done the right thing, and we are appealing that judgment. Amos Dunia, you asked the question, why delimit constituencies? After all, you said NPC had delimited constituencies. First of all, the National Population Commission did not delimit constituencies. They have no power but under the laws to delimit constituencies. The limitation of constituencies for electoral purposes is the mandate given to INEC by the Constitution. And electoral constituencies are supposed to be delimited in at least 10 years or after each population census. As I speak with you, the first and the only delimitation of constituencies in Nigeria was done in 1996. There was an attempt to delimit constituencies in 2006 before the 2007 elections, but it was not completed. And by the time we came in, we found that uncompleted effort, and we decided that really the best thing is to do a fresh exercise. After all, something that was done in 2006, it's really as good as we are better doing it afresh.